Does this really work for you? I'm not sure I can dig this aesthetic that's going on with Kamen Rider Black Sun. Fellow Tokusatsu fans, fellow Kamen Rider Black fans, fellow Kamen Rider Black RX fans, does this work for you? I don't know. It feels a little bit like between the trailer and just the look of these guys, which honestly I've seen the look of Black Sun and Shadow Moon for months. I think back in November they released it in 2021. I haven't liked it this whole time, and I really wanted to wait till there was some footage, and that trailer was barely anything. There was a little psh, like the shining lights on Black's head, and then Toei, like 3 days after they released that one from Japan, they released I think it was it was on their Toei Worldwide Tokusatsu Network channel or whatever on YouTube, and anyway, they released a special trailer that had like 4 seconds of action, which was, cool. I kind of dug it. I dug seeing Shadow Moon's base where he's at, and him and Black crashing against each other, and that's cool. And we get to see, I don't know if it was a Satan Saber or if it's like a proto Revolcane or what, but something Black had. Man, like I got like some deep cut stuff to say about the idea of what, I'm going to wait though till the series comes out because I don't want to belabor the point, but I do want to talk about and see, like, what do you think? Do you think this matches the feel and the tone of Kamen Rider Black? It doesn't for me, and I guess whether or not it does, because I'm going to talk about that in a more long-form video in a full-fledged Henshin inspection episode, but I want to know, what do you think about the just the vibe that you're getting from this and the feel that you're getting from this? Is it good? Does it work for you? Because I gotta say, it's a little, I don't really like the SIC line. I think there's been one SIC figure for sure that I did like, but the rest of them, they're kind of odd to me, and I don't really get what is going on. I don't really get the approach. Like, I don't need Kamen Rider to be more hardcore. Like, Kamen Rider Black is a hardcore show. I don't know if you've ever seen the anime Guyver or the Guyver movies. There's Guyver with Mark Hamill was in it for like 2 minutes or like 5 minutes total. He gets turned into a weird monster and gets killed, like Mercy killed by the Guyver, by the hero of the movie. But that led me, my grandpa showed me Guyver 2 on Sci-Fi Channel, which was so super cool. I actually love that movie. It's been a long time since I've watched it, but I really dug it. And then I found at like Suncoast Video, I think it was, in the mall back in the day, I had VHS tapes, and then I bought like a bootleg. It was 12 videos. Yeah, 12, was it 12 separate video cassettes? I think it was, and it was just one episode per. But anyway, so I bought that, and then I ended up buying like a bootleg of it, and then they did the reboot anime of Guyver. But when I watched that a ton, and I knew of the Black RX design from Power Rangers Season 3, A Friend in Need. I think it's episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Season 3, and I loved that design, and it always stuck with me. And when I saw Stingmon, it hit me. It's like, oh, that feels so familiar. I really like it. It's cool. And then finally in the 2009, 2010 era, I discovered Kamen Rider was a thing, and I started getting into it, and Black was the first show I watched. I went back and I watched a little bit of the original, the 1971, but Kit Subs was subbing at the time, and they were a little, they didn't have enough for me to feel like it was good to watch, especially because it's such a long show. I didn't know how much they would get through before I was done, and I assumed I'd voraciously consume it. I watched Kamen Rider Black pretty quickly, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I kept calling it in the first episode Kamen Rider Guyver. He moves like this super powerful being. He's an amazing superhero. He's just jumping around. He's dealing with all these terrible enemies. It was the spiders in the first episode. Super cool. He fought like 3 or 4 spiders, I think. And it was dope. It was beautiful. But like, it still fit that heroic mode and type of design that the Kamen Riders would have. Which, honestly, in my heart of hearts, I do have a little bit of a problem with Ishinomori making the Kamen Riders look so distinctly heroic from the Shocker combatants, because that doesn't really make sense. Why would they make this cool-looking almost noble-looking Grasshopper Man, and then make like a totally vile Spider-Man or Cobra Man or whatever? That doesn't really make sense. The Kamen Rider, the Hopper, Shocker Cyborg should have been more bug-like, and I actually like a lot, even though I'm criticizing this movie for having like a little bit too much of a hardcore look to it and trying to look too cool. Kamen Rider the first and Kamen Rider the next, while they were dark, especially Kamen Rider the next, it was like a horror movie. It was J-horror mixed with Kamen Rider, but the first wasn't. It was just like a serious take on Kamen Rider, whatever. But I dug it. Like, the suits were cool, and I liked that they actually had Hongo be evil for a little bit. Like, that was a cool choice, kind of bold, I think, and it made more sense. It doesn't necessarily make as much sense why his programming broke down, but regardless, the point is that they unified the design of all the different characters. So the Shocker, Cyborgs, and Hopper that's what Kamen Rider is. He's the Hopper cyborg. They all look similar. They all look like they were made by the same people. They all have similarly styled suits. Cobra and Viper, or whatever they were like the most kind of out of left field, but those were like extreme designs, but still they very much fit the mold. It was almost like in Ryuki, where you have evil riders and good riders, and they basically look the same. The only way you can tell them apart is because of their actions, and that is what separates them. But like, you know, maybe they're going with that because Black and Shadow Moon, or Black Sun and Shadow Moon, basically look the same. Like Shadow Moon's he's a little more extra with that like collar thing he's got going on back here. But I don't know, something about the aesthetic, it looks like it's trying to be too hardcore. It looks like it's from the SIC line of figures. If you don't know what those are, well, I had a friend back in the day who called it soaked in candle wax. It was the soaked in candle wax edition of the toys, because they just have like these ugly drooping plumes coming off of them, and it's supposed to look edgy and cool, but it's kind of, it can be weak. It depends on the execution. Like I said, there's one SIC I really like, but I can't remember what it is at this time. Anyway, it was probably like Gills. Kamen Rider Gills? Is that what it is? From Agito? Anyway, but anyway, yeah, I think the aesthetic, like they're trying too hard, and like, I don't know, if that was a Satan Saber, if that was Revel Cane that Black had, like it looks all dingy and broken and dusty, and I know it's kind of supposed to be an ancient weapon, especially the Satan Saber, but like they made them look so majestic and beautiful, those gold handles and the red blades and the red jewels and stuff on them. Like that made a lot of sense to me, but I don't know, I'm not digging this aesthetic. It's not really doing it for me, and I'm a little bit worried. But the belts look cool. The belts do look cool. I do like the look of them. They have like a weird like steampunk magic tech kind of vibe, and if it holds true that these are the Century Kings and they're mutants, is that the right word? Did whoever was it Century King subs, did they use the right word when they called them mutants? I don't know. I should probably look at the official Toei, well, I'm pretty sure Toei Tokusatsu World is just using fan subs, so it's not like they're going to give us the proper romanization or English version of that word, so that's a little bit silly to hang my hopes on that. But anyway, like, are they mutants? Are they from another dimension? I can't quite remember what the actual truth is, but they're supposed to be kind of ancient beings, but you would think they'd have like really cool technology that would stay well, and it wouldn't get all dirty and dusty and grimy and look like, I don't know, look kind of weak. So I don't know, I'm curious. I'm definitely gonna give it a fair chance. I'm gonna watch it as soon as I can. I really love Kamen Rider Black, and I'm curious to see what they do with it, but it's just I don't know. I was looking on a website, and I think one of them somewhere it called it a controversial adaptation. I thought, well, is it controversial because it changed and looks so much? Maybe it is, but anyway, I'll have more about this over on a full Henshin inspection episode, where I'm going to talk about like the tone of Kamen Rider and how it's maybe kind of changed over the years, and how I kind of don't like what they're doing with this one here, as far as the visual tone of it. So anyway, I'm going to touch on Amazon's with that one too. Anyway, mjmunoz.com is the site to go for Henshin inspection and all of my other stuff. So let me know what you think about the look of Black and Shadow Moon, Black Sun and Shadow Moon in this trailer, in this artwork, in this, you know, these images that we're getting released to us, and how do you like the look of it, and are you looking forward to everything that's going on with it? Peace.